Hello and welcome to BobBox. Now, before I start with this episode, you may be wondering, where's the shelves? Well, at the moment the bunker is going through, bunker improvements, so the shelves have gone temporarily. New shelves will be in their place. But first, it's time for Atomic. Some robots do not head off to the best of starts. Some robots have clear potential but have also had trouble with the draw gods. Atomic could be classed as one in its debut performance, had both. Atomic has a yellow box armed with a flipping scoop, red, but no side armour, leaving it with rather heavily exposed wheels, not totally exposed but in trouble in case if anything attacked from the sides. It made its debut in Series 4 of Robot Wars after defeating Reactor in the qualifying. That is some draw, Atomic versus Reactor. And it landed in Heat A, where it drew Forklift, Indefatigable, and another flipper in from Ipswich, seed number 1, and reigning champions, Chaos 2. Talk about a baptism of fire. Atomic quickly found itself the target of Chaos 2's attacks, but it didn't get flipped. In fact, Atomic tried to get a flip in, but it missed. Chaos 2 then flipped Atomic on its side. Atomic self-righted its way out of trouble. Then Chaos 2 flipped Indefatigable onto its side. Without a self-righter like Atomic had, Indefatigable was in deep trouble and effectively out. So Chaos 2 flipped Atomic, whose flipper was now stuck, and ensured one camera person got lovely close-ups of Atomic, at the cost of Atomic's flipper catching the camera. Pretty much patting the camera on the head, lens. Indefatigable got flipped out of the arena, but not before Atomic was flipped where it could not self-right. So next up for Atomic was Lifter Spinner King B3, the 17th seeds. King B3 had already had a small fire. You heard that right. King B3 elected to run away, but Atomic caught the 17th seeds and a pushing war ensued, ended when Atomic flicked King B3 away. This led Atomic flicking King B3 towards dead metal, but King B escaped and pushed Atomic into a wall. And Atomic escaped from there, pushed King B3 and flipped the 17th seeds over and pushed them to kill a lot. It's flipper atop King B3 like so. Atomic strayed too close to the house robot. They lost their flipper when they drove into a wall. Not good. It still went on the attack and shoved King B3 into a wall, and the 17th seed started leaking out ominous smoke on account of King B3 being very dead. So Kilot picked King B3 up and pitied it. That just meant that Atomic had to fight Chaos 2 again. Atomic went in for a flip right away, but missed Chaos 2. Chaos 2 did not miss. Atomic ended up upside down. Atomic got flipped until it landed with one side atop the arena wall like this. But that break did not last long, as Atomic got flipped into Sir Kilot's corner. Unable to escape because it was unable to move because it had gone. Sir Kilot made a mess of one corner of Atomic, namely the back left, before it flew Airflow Flipper and Chaos 2 put them on their sides. Atomic returned for Extreme 1 and Atomic 2 with side armour and a rear pneumatic spike as well as an improved flipper, and entered the Mayhem in a bid to enter the second Annihilator, where it faced Mousetrap on Wheels Mousetrap 2 and a really tall spinner on an arm Fighting Talk. I mean, so tall, it's taller than me. Atomic went for Mousetrap 2 early on. Its Mousetrap had a malfunction and spontaneously fired. And with the weapons issues, Mousetrap 2 could not self-right. Atomic 2 then flipped Fighting Talk before flipping Mousetrap 2 again. That got Mousetrap 2 back on its wheels. Fighting Talk was righted before Mousetrap 2 got flipped again. Atomic 2 brought out the Spike 2 and used it on Mousetrap 2 twice. Though Atomic then left Mousetrap 2, it had to go after Fighting Talk, and it flipped them. Mousetrap 2 was counted out, Fighting Talk followed, so Atomic was through to the Annihilator. But I cannot tell you about what happened in the Annihilator, because Atomic was forced to withdraw. Atomic 2 was in Series 5, landing in Heat B and seeded 22nd. It drew Horizontal Grabber Can Opener. Can Opener was chased after at first by Atomic before Atomic 2 flipped them over. Atomic 2 righted Can Opener before flipping them again. But whilst Can Opener had a self-righter, that Sweet failed to right Can Opener. So Can Opener was counted out. Can Opener flew air full flipper, got spun around, bicycled, and was pitted. Did try to escape the pit, but that's not a done thing. In the second round, Atomic 2 had the misfortune of facing the heats of the seed. It was the only time two seeds faced each other in round 2. And that seed? Third seeded Horizontal Flywheel Wielder Hypnodisc. Ouch! Atomic 2 took a hit to its side early on. Hypnodisc then tried to attack the flipper. Atomic 2 responded by flipping the third seeds over. A good start. However, unfortunately for the 22nd seeds, Hypnodisc had a self-righter. It had had a self-righter since Series 4. And this self-righter actually worked. So that got Hypnodisc back on its wheels very quickly. 2 hits later, Atomic 2 lost its flipper. Hypnodisc opened the pit and subjected Atomic 2 to a barrage of hits until Atomic 2 was dead. It got counted out and spun bicycle a lot and pitted. This damage was what caused Atomic 2 to withdraw from the Annihilator. It was too great. Due to a scheduled clash of filming, Atomic withdrew from Series 6 despite successfully qualifying, and it did not enter Extreme 2. But it did return for Series 7, where it landed in Heat G and drew 13 seeded Grabber Stroke Spinner Smitzy, Flipper Cygnus X1 and Horizontal Spinner Terra Turtle. But no Spike, seemingly, for Atomic. Atomic flipped Terra Turtle at once, before flipping Cygnus X1. After escaping both Smithy and Terra Turtle, Atomic turned its attention to Terra Turtle and flipped them out of the arena. Atomic then teamed up with Smithy to annoy Cygnus X1, which ended with both 13th seed and Cygnus X1 on the sides against the wall. Smithy got free from the sides eyes in the wall, with a little bit of help from Atomic, who was trying to get them out of the arena, but had to deal with a hovering shunt. Atomic annoyed Cygnus X1 until it was counted out. So Atomic annoyed Smitty some more, opened the pit and pitted them. A TV landed on Cygnus X1 before cease was called. Next up was Axe Lifter Hellbent. Atomic missed with its first 3 flips, but it did flip Hellbent early on. A second flip got Hellbent out of the arena, revealing a message on the bottom of Hellbent. Namely, Matilda, will you marry me? No, I don't think it's going to happen. It's not going to happen, Hellbent. Flipping out the arena, getting flipped out of the arena is not going to impress Matilda that much. Next up for Atomic was Smitty again for a place in the series semi-final. Smitty elected to run away, but Atomic caught Smitty and flipped the 13th seeds over. A second flip righted Smitty, not that it mattered since they were invertible. So Smitty went back to running away, but got flicked, then flipped out of the arena. So, at the third attempt, Atomic goes through to the series semi-finals. First for them was barrel-shaped flipper M2. Atomic flipped M2 early on, but M2 righted before Atomic got another flip in. M2 elected to run away, because that tactic really works against Atomic, doesn't it? But Atomic flipped M2 again. They got another flip in, but they were trying to get M2 out of the arena. M2, however, flipped Atomic into a corner, onto its side against the wall. Atomic got out before Starship Bash could do anything, quite sensible. And Atomic flipped M2 again. M2 missed a flip before Atomic flipped M2 close to the arena wall, but M2 got away. 3 flips later, M2 was gone out of the arena. That record, 4 robots flipped out of the arena consecutively, is a record. It actually remains a record to this day, though it's since been tied by eruption. So, Atomic was now 1 win away from the grand final itself. Standing in its way, full-body spinner Typhoon 2. Atomic tried to flip Typhoon 2 early on, but Typhoon 2, unfortunately for Atomic, landed on its wheels. Anything else, that would have been it. Atomic would have been through. Atomic tried again, but unfortunately this time they mistimed their flip completely. They flipped themselves instead of Typhoon 2. They were stranded. Couldn't self-right from there, and did a whole lot of CO2. They were in trouble. Serious trouble. Because Typhoon 2 now had time to get up to speed. And for everyone to hear its very loud and very scary death hum. Atomic got hit 3 times, and that was enough to take it out of commission. It could have ended so differently had Atomic not mistimed that flip, but instead it ended with Atomic flying air floor flipper and getting pitted. Atomic was meant to enter Series 8. It had been repaired so it could enter Series 8. But that was assuming that there wasn't a 12-year wait between Series 7 and Series 8. Atomic, as a result, though it could have returned had things been different, it never did. If Atomic had flipped Typhoon 2 over, would it have been the Series 7 champion? Well, unfortunately, we'll never know. But I would not have been surprised to have seen it fighting for the title. It came a long way to be where it ended up. from the robot that had no side armour in Series 4. But one thing was very clear about Atomic. If your robot could beat Atomic, your robot was a very special robot indeed. It only lost to the best. Records wise. The best and the most unfriendly. So, who's next? Oh, it's the wrong one. Ooh! Oh, this is a good one. Ironside 3. Until next week, Callison244.